Welcome back to Expeditions Rome. We captured and questioned Corvinus in the last episode, and now we're off to the Regia once again. But we are only 2 people, so I hope nothing will happen on the way there. Or in the Regia, if no one else appears. Because Julia is somewhere we don't know, and we sent Caeso to look for her. And now both are gone. So I hope that's not an issue. Okay, nothing suspicious. As of yet. But my friends aren't here either. He was quite helpful, but ultimately he did not reveal anything interesting. I think he's still hiding something, but at least he's out of the picture now.
That is comforting. I'm glad we have him.
What do we do now?
I mean, he's only in the cellar, without guards, so I wouldn't be so confident about that. If the Senate is still in doubt when the trial resumes, this will settle it. By attacking my family, Lurko has implicated himself.
This is so unlike him. Usually he has a plan. I wonder if the whole Corvinus business was a distraction. Distraction from what?
Corvinus would be a good witness, if we need it. He must know a lot about Lurko's schemes.
That could be a benefit of all this, but if you couldn't make him talk...
I've had less than a day to work on him. With enough time, he will crack. Yeah, his presence alone ought to unnerve the consul. I'm not sure about that. And I'm not sure about that either.
Not a bad idea at all. The pressure on Lurko is mounting. Every man has a breaking point.
Lurko is certainly doomed, but what if he runs?
I took precautions. The consul of Rome cannot leave the city unnoticed.
None of my Praetorian guards have arrived. They were supposed to meet me here. Yeah, that's concerning.
I thought they'd be with you. I haven't seen any of your companions since yesterday.
That worries me.
Come to think of it, Kato wanted to meet us here too. But he's late.
Oh no, where's Kato?
He should be here any moment now. Don't worry.
I do.
Kato is a smart man who knows how to handle a gladius.
There he is.
Your Praetorian Guard is captured in front of the Senate. We must hurry.
What? How?
It seems he has them arrested for a number of crimes.
Can he do that?
He is still dictator. He can do whatever he wants.
I fear there is nothing we can do to stop him within the bounds of the law.
What are they doing in front of the Senate?
Political theater. He has gathered a crowd and he's calling you out. You must be very careful. The lives of your friends are at stake.
Is there nothing to be done?
I'll try to gather some Praetores. This is blatantly illegal, but I guess he's finally given up all pretense.
He is desperate. Be very careful. Desperate men do stupid things.
Oh gosh, let's go.
I'll come with you to witness the situation.
Keep him occupied until I can bring help. Don't antagonize him.
I will come with you as well. The Vestal Virgins will look after your mother.
Uh-oh. That's not good. We should... I don't know, we should stay together. Then somebody... captures the mother too. Takes her as a hostage. Goodness gracious. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, they are all there. How did they get captured? I mean... That's crazy.
Traitor to the Republic! Murderer of Romans! Enemy of the people! I have had your co-conspirators arrested, and they are patiently waiting for their moment of execution. But my own patience is wearing thin. I know villains like you do not have a sense of honor or virtue. Nevertheless, I know you were at least born Roman. If you have a speck of honor left, confess and surrender.
Consul, what are you doing? You can't publicly execute people without trial. Our laws forbid such despotism.
As dictator, prescription is well within my rights. The people of Rome saw fit to grant me that power. Who are you to question the wisdom of the people?
Oh gosh. We should appease him, right? Otherwise our friends will die. So I am Tullus Tarquinius Corvus, and you are dictator no more. Stand down and let the Senate resolve this. Is, I think, not the right approach. Let them go. This is between you and me. They were just following orders. This is the end for you, Lurko. It doesn't matter what you do to them. I'll kill you anyway. No, that's not. Oh, maybe, yeah, the Senate. Oh no. I'm not good at that. They will die. Let them go. This is between you and me. That won't work. But we need to speak to the people by speaking to him, right? So if the masses agree with me, he cannot publicly execute them and get away with it. That's what we need to do. And the Senate is still the power that the people stand behind. He was gone for too long to be a people pleaser, right? I think we should appeal to the Senate. Oh gosh. But I'm worried that this is too much, because we don't have the authority, right? But it's the only thing I could think of that I mean, this is a little bit pathetic. This we can't say. Yeah, I try because of Senate. I don't like that we think we are the authority here, and the people won't think it either. But I don't know. We have to try.
As long as Rome remains in crisis, I shall remain dictator. Your traitor friends are rightfully apprehended. If you want them, you'll have to go through me.
The Senate gave you the title so you can resolve the conflict with Gallia. It is resolved now. Both of these. But if we reason, maybe the people will be swayed.
It clearly isn't. You are still alive, aren't you?
Yeah, now he says that it's personal. And that has no place here. In what twisted way do you think I'm the person responsible for this war? You are the one who started it. I finished it. Oh gosh. Let him speak out. Right? Let him accuse me.
You always worked against me, when the only thing I wanted was to build a strong Rome. Just like your father, you are envious of what I will achieve.
I do not envy you, nobody does. You stole my destiny. Everything you own was meant for my family, and now I'm taking it all back. A strong Rome? Do you realize how many Romans died just because you wanted to be king? Is that your idea of a strong Rome?
Great works are built on bloodshed. Sacrifices must be made.
Then make your sacrifice yourself, coward.
Unless your intention is to bore me to death, I would like to start executing these criminals.
This is bullshit! Those people are heroes!
They've done nothing wrong!
Nice.
Let them go!
You have lost your control, Lurko. Look at the faces of these people, your fellow citizens. They're afraid.
Only criminals and traitors should be afraid of me.
They're afraid of what you have turned the Republic into. That fear will turn into anger the moment anyone decides to stand up and protect the Republic.
You're a good tactician. Consider your position now. Your prisoners are the only advantage you possess. But they're only valuable while they're still alive. The Legatus can wait until you turn yourself into a murderer.
Or we can simply kill you and save them all. Then you will have achieved nothing here.
You wouldn't do that. You're men of law and order.
Oh gosh. Losing my friends is the worst thing I can imagine. But their fates are in your hands now. My friends will gladly die for me, and then you will face justice. I can't risk leaving your life, Italian Lurko. This is the day you will die. I should grant you your death wish, if it's the only way to save my friends. Yeah, this is how we played the game, right? Also with the decision to not losing Kaeso as our friend. But will the people turn on me if I kill him? I mean, Kato stated that too. Losing my friends is the worst thing I can imagine. Is that how we sway him? And give him a fair trial? I mean, fair, in quotes. That might be the case. Should I try that? Thing is, there's no way going back. I want to choose that, but that might be the wiser choice if it's what I think it is. If we appeal to his strategic thinking, then he might leave them alive and even free them because they didn't have a trial. And then we can capture him alive and give him a proper trial. But can I risk that? Can I risk that? Oh gosh, I'm scared. I can't lose more of my friends. Cineros is already dead. But I think I have to be strategic to keep everybody alive.
Victory is fleeting. Loyalty is eternal. We shall still be your warriors in the underworld where spirits dwell.
No.
He can't kill us. He doesn't have the balls to do something like that. He knows he will be condemned.
I look forward to seeing my sister again. And to tell her that I am sorry.
Will they die now?
My only regret is to die at the hands of such a pathetic man.
I've shed blood in the name of Rome since the day I was born. And today shall be no different. Let him execute us, if that's what it takes to save the Republic.
No. What? To whom? Do we talk to Caeso? What? I don't... Okay, this wasn't what I was thinking. I need you by my side. Do not sacrifice yourself for nothing.
It's not for nothing. It's for everything.
Enough! Make your decision.
What? Really? I'm confused. Do what you feel you must, Lurko. I will not be baited by you. I'm not... Oh gosh, they will all die, won't they? I was thinking that he can't execute them in public, at least. And that we would just gain some time. Because the people are against him, it seems. Right? And logic is against him. If he does that, he stands there all by himself and... I mean, that's it. He has nothing more that he could do, which would be wise to do. So, I'm confused. Will he actually kill them? I couldn't live with that. I mean, I personally could, but game-wise, this would be so brutal. Will he actually kill them? I need to know.
As you wish. Who shall we
No,
take
no, no,
first?
no. He actually
Get it
kills
over
him?
with.
What?
Take me first. Then at least I won't have to listen to your drivel any longer.
No.
You must not sacrifice yourself. He loves you. Survive for his sake. Kill me if you dare. I will go gladly to the afterlife.
This is crazy.
Perhaps I will finally meet my sister there.
Don't do it! This isn't justice!
Yeah.
I decide what is just. Execute him.
No. Don't do it. What?
Oh, my brave friend. You deserved a more glorious death than this.
Yeah.
A traitor to the Republic has been brought to justice. I truly wonder what you will do now.
You're a monster.
I'm a man of my word.
You have killed Roman citizens in front of numerous witnesses. You're finished. Was he a Roman citizen, though? I'm not sure, even. Oh, this is horrible. I hate that. I would have thought this would be the option where we don't kill him so that he could get a fair trial and be punished. Plus, I keep all my friends. Was there even an option? I mean, without killing him.
Effectuated by whom? I'm dictator in perpetuo. I rule this city.
Your final and gravest mistake was to think you could get away with anything. But to all things there is a limit. The power of a consul rests on public support. Well, look around you. Thanks to your impatience and your desperation to escape justice, you seem to have lost that support.
This is sick! It's an atrocity!
What's next? Will you have Pompeius executed too?
Calm yourselves! People of Rome, I am you... Don't you understand? A firm hand is what the Republic needs!
Despot! Tyrant! Down with him!
Get him! Pull him down from there!
Get me out of here! Just get me out!
You're on your own, consul!
Coward!
Webius Vitellius Lurko, you're not going anywhere! Throw yourself at the mercy of the Senate!
You can't do this. You don't have the authority.
Knock him on his ass. Shut your mouth for once in your life. It's over, Lurko. Have some dignity.
Get your hands off me! I am your consul!
Not for long, we'll see to that.
You won. My friend, you did it.
But at what cost? At what cost? Bestia, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. It is good to see you up and about, though. You look better.
I don't know. We lost 2 people. That is horrible. Yeah, I do feel a bit dead inside.
Such things are natural. You've been tested physically and mentally. Furthermore, you've triumphed over your opponent.
He will face justice at last. Hopefully.
That much is certain. Your friends did not give their lives in vain.
In the end, Bestia's death made a greater difference than any of the lives he's ever taken.
I never thought he would offer up his life. Cineros really changed him.
Lurko will certainly be exiled, or even executed. The Senate doesn't have a high opinion of traitors. Obviously, you will have to testify.
My conscience is clear.
I know. You paid a heavy price to keep it that way.
If you will forgive me for bringing this up, I believe this will be good for your political career.
You think I can be a senator?
Why not? You are the right age to begin the cursus honorum. All senators have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
As far as the Senate is concerned, you are a tragic hero who brought a corrupt consul to justice. Regardless of what happens to Lurko, Rome will need a new consul. And I can't think of a better candidate.
Cato is right. Both the Optimates and the Populares already support you. If you run for Senate, the election will result in a landslide win.
Awesome. An appealing notion, but I will have to decline. I have lost almost everyone I cared for. It is too much. I just want to be left alone from no. It is decided then. With your help, I shall be elected Questor and one day consul. I will try to be a good servant to the people of Rome and make sure everyone remembers those who have given their lives for this.
I have no doubts.
The victory is bittersweet. I wonder if I could have saved my friends.
You did save them. Those who remain alive have you to thank for it. This chapter ends and another chapter begins. Fortuna alone knows what the future holds.
Dang.
So ends the abridged history of one of the most beloved consuls of the Republic of Rome. It is thanks to him and his efforts to thwart the corruption and ambition of Vitellius Lurko that Rome remains a proud republic to this day. With his allies in the Senate, he worked tirelessly to address the problems that had plagued the Republic since its birth. Though many among the people of Rome lamented what they saw as a lost opportunity to challenge the status quo, the strengthening of democracy greatly improved life throughout the provinces of Rome. In time, the savior of the Republic took his well-deserved place in history among such heroes as Cincinnatus or Scipio Africanus. Cineros. Once he had been an athlete, a wrestler, and a troublemaker. But in our story, he was a servus, a protector, and a mentor. He had died diligently performing the task to which he had devoted himself, protecting his ward. Cineros was given a tomb in Rome's finest cemetery, next to his old dominus, whose death had incited this story. Though his death had been unexpected, he met his end with dignity and resolve. He had received forgiveness and, after a fashion, vindication for the mistakes of his youth. He was missed by all those who knew him. Though he was tempted to join the Legion again every time a new crisis arose to threaten his beloved Republic, Caeso's friends convinced him to remain in Rome. He became a lictor and served as the leader of his former Legatus protection detail. Although their adventuring days were over, they enjoyed plenty of old-fashioned debauchery together. Kalida's second marriage turned out considerably better than her first. With her beloved husband committed to letting her live her best life, she was happy to settle down by his side, supporting him in his endeavors as he supported her. Kalida was happy to find that it was possible to be a wife and a mother without giving up the things she loved. She taught their children archery and horseback riding, and nobody ever again looked down on her for her unwomanly pursuits. Had Bestia given up hope of finding his sister again? With his death at Lurko's hands, at least, any remaining hope died with him. It might seem senseless that a man who had fought his whole life would die without a struggle, but there is a kind of poetry in it. Bestia had finally learned that it is better to die for something you value than to live for nothing at all. Once everything had settled down, Deianira returned to her homelands in Shervia, where she reconnected with her family. She brought some of them with her back to Rome, where they settled into a life of luxury. Though they would never feel quite at home in the city, they found that it was much easier to be outsiders together than alone. Deianira always remained loyal to her friends. Claudiana lived for many more years. She had many friends in Rome, and her life was peaceful and comfortable until her final days. On her deathbed, she revealed that she had once been very close indeed with Lucullus, and that indeed the true family name of her children was Licenia. Cato remained an important figure in Roman politics, grudgingly respected even by those among the population who desired change. He remained a defender of the patrician class, a shield against the pandering and opportunism of more populist voices. He himself was elected consul twice throughout his life, and his years in the position were generally favorably regarded. Cicero served one more year as consul before his retirement. In his old days, he lived a quiet life on a farm in Sicily, where he was greatly beloved by the people for his time as quaestor. He continued to write many books on politics and law. Defeated once more by Rome, Mithridates escaped to the lands north of the Black Sea in the hope that he could raise a new army. But the locals soon rebelled against his rule. Incapable of taking his own life by poison, in the end, Mithridates died by the sword of his bodyguard. With Theophilus in charge of Musia, the city-state remained a strong part of the Roman province of Asia Minor. Under his religious guidance, its temples grew wealthy, and it contributed many disciplined soldiers to the legions of Rome. Without the leadership of Damianos, the rebellion of his gladiators soon spiraled out of control, beginning what became known as the Servile War. Escaped slaves terrorized the Roman citizens throughout Thracia until the wealthy senator Crassus brutally defeated them and crucified thousands along the road towards Rome. With the death of the Pharaoh Ptolemy and Queen Cleopatra, the Ptolemaic dynasty had fallen. With Rome finally at peace and under strong leadership, Egypt simply became another province ruled by a succession of proconsuls who cared more about lining their own pockets and improving the lives of Egyptians. Over the years, several attempts were made to claw back self-governance for Egypt, but time and again, Rome struck down all dissent. With the death of Cleopatra, and under the steady guidance of Lunya, Nazarmenes once more became a peaceful and prosperous part of Africa Proconsularis, firmly aligned with Rome. As the eldest and most respected elder of the Berber tribes, Lunya became a singular figure of leadership and respect in the region. She was said to be more than 100 years old when she died. After traveling all across Africa for many years, going wherever her instincts took her, Raya eventually returned to Memphis and to the service of Tener at the Temple of Ubasti. When her mentor passed away, Raya naturally assumed the mantle as High Priestess of the Cat Goddess. Though the old faith was dwindling, she was greatly beloved by many, and her temple prospered, always home to many, many, many cats. With Diwytirchus once more assuming rulership of the Aedui, the tribe maintained a strong alliance with Rome, and through it, they greatly prospered. With the aid of the Aedui, Gallia slowly unified under Roman rule, and civilization soon began to creep into those lands in the form of paved roads, aqueducts, and fortified Roman towns. In his old age, did the Druid ever regret hastening the absorption and suppression of his own faith and culture? We will never know. The once proud and strong Arwerni were greatly reduced by the defeat of Vercingetorix, but his survival gave them hope. His will to make war upon Rome had been crushed, but he remained a strong figure of leadership among his people, even despite his failures. With his guidance, the tribes of Gallia remained unified and somewhat at peace, and vestiges of their culture and traditions survived their gradual subjugation under Rome. In this work, I have done my best to recount the history of this fascinating period, truthfully and accurately. As I have scoured the sources and spoken to many who claimed to have heard the story from someone who was there at the time, one thing that has stood out to me is the pivotal moments along the way where our story could have turned out very differently. In his darkest moods, the savior of Rome must have wondered if there was anything he could have done differently to save his friends. Perhaps if he had struck down Vitellius Lurco on that stage, or if he had gone so far as to bring his legion across the Rubicon, none of his companions would have had to die. But for those of us left to live in a peaceful and strong republic, what transpired seems like the best possible outcome. Our republic was saved, and the villain, Vitellius Lurco, was brought to justice. One should always take care when second-guessing historical figures with the benefit of hindsight. Here in the present, there will never truly be a way for you to know how you might have acted if you had lived in the past. Nor can you ever be certain how history will remember you.
I mean, most of us won't be remembered at all, to be honest, but that's fine. That's okay. But here we successfully changed history to our liking, and that's quite a good feeling. I like it. What a great game. That was a lot of fun to play. Although I normally don't play strategic turn-based games, and I mean, that's why it took me so long with the fights, I suppose. But I enjoyed every minute, and I hope you did enjoy some of those minutes too. I mean, I especially liked this one because of the theme, right? I mean, that's obvious. It was very, very satisfying to play in this Roman setting with actual historic backgrounds, although, as you can see, we could change quite a lot of the actual history, which is pretty great. And I would love to play through the game a few times more, and I think I will, at least for me personally. Of course, I will not record another playthrough, that would be a bit too much. So yeah, awesome game. And I definitely want to march into Rome with my legion, obviously. And I definitely want to see the other romances and keep one. I mean, I think that was very unfortunate, because I didn't know in the beginning that I can have more options in romancing people. So I kind of tried to choose one, but didn't really dare. And then I had Julia as a partner, but then I refused her, and then there were no more options, right? I mean, that was it. And then I ended up being lonely. But she found her man, so I think that was a good choice. And that's that. But yeah, definitely, that was great. I really, really enjoyed it. And I hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching the series. I hope to see you in the next one, which I do not know what it will be yet. But I think I'm going to play a smaller game, not such a huge project again right after that. So it might be something fun, something light, and something shorter. But that's it. Thank you so much for accompanying me on that journey through Asia Minor, Egypt, Gallia, and Rome. Have a wonderful and adventurous life yourself, and goodbye for now.